But the point I'm making is there are all these motivations that drive us to give to charity. And you would think that because we're so motivated to give, that we would want to close the deal by giving to organizations that were indeed trustworthy and worthy of those gifts. But that's not necessarily the case. There's a study, and I should get paid for every time I cite this study, but it's called, Hope Consulting did a study called Money for Good and Money for Good Too. And in this study, it points out that only 30% of donors consider any data, any information at all before they contribute to a charity. Only 30% of the people. And I would argue that of those 30%, very few look at more than simply some information they got from a friend or family member about the organization before they give. Or maybe they might read the solicitation, the appeal that came in. That's about it. So they're not really checking out these organizations. They're not really closing a deal. And that sort of runs counter, in my view, to those motivating factors that drive you to give. If you're giving for religious reasons, shouldn't you also have discernment? I believe discernment is a principle that comes out of religion also. We should know that the things that we're giving to don't turn out to be evil. And how do we know if we don't check it out, if we don't investigate? If we're giving for humanitarian reasons, we should know that the organizations that we're supporting are actually going to help people and not do them harm. And if we're giving because we want to get something in return, let's say we want our name on a building or a plaque because of what we give. We did that because we want to be remembered. Well, if the institution's not going to be around very long because you didn't check it out and they're not really able to deliver on that promise, wouldn't you want to know that up front? And of course, there's nothing worse than the buzzkill that comes from giving to an institution that you support was going to give you pleasure, and in the end it turned out to be a scam that ran away with your money. So all of those things that motivate us to give should also drive us to check out an organization before we give if we're really going to close the deal.